button there. I think we should be live, my friend.
All right.
So hang on a second, because I still hear you on my phone. I got to get you over to the roadcaster. So we're not officially on a start yet, but I believe we're getting there.
One step closer.
I think this is the last step. As long as this connects, we are good to go, and we are rolling. Should be connected.
Not on set.
There you are. I got you. We good. We are good. So shout out to Dave for joining me tonight. I am down in sunny South Florida on the West Coast, down by Tampa. And yeah, loving life, enjoying life. Little pre-show hello. How's life been for you, my friend? So tonight, had a nice kind of we had a nice anniversary dinner last night. Yesterday was Jess and I's anniversary. Had a nice anniversary dinner with family last night because my sister's last night here. My nephew's last night here. Went out with family and friends last night. And tonight we just celebrated the two of us. Went to a nice spot by the water, caught a nice sunset. And yeah, I'll be golfing on Thursday. Golfing again next Thursday. And a whole lot of fun in between.
There you go. I know you said you're working while you're down there. You like just kind of working part-time or just certain days?
So I took 2 weeks off. So the next 2 weeks I'm off. This week, next week I'm off. And then I'm working again the following week. So, and I worked last week from here. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, having fun, going crazy, loving life. So thankfully, life's been good to us down here. Life has been good to us. So how's life been for you, my friend? What's new in your world as you get ready for not only the wedding, but you know, little Steph's getting older. So how's life going? Is it going down easy for you? You all set and ready for the wedding? How you feeling?
So a couple boxes to check off for the wedding, mainly pay like the DJ, the flowers, and there's one other thing we have to pay for, but we registered for the marriage license, so Amanda's going to pick that up tomorrow, and then we'll file it after the wedding that Friday. Let's see. Stephanie hit 9 months last Friday, which is just freaking crazy to think about. Now she's having 3 meals a day along with bottles and just getting more and more active and not wanting to move, not sit still, fighting naps, all that fun stuff. But the world itself really sucks, so thankfully that ends on Thursday for us. I'm very much looking forward to putting this month behind me. Yeah, other than that, man, just waiting for a little bit more consistency with the weather, and looking forward to getting these final last couple weeks over with so we can just enjoy the day and get all the planning behind us and all the other stuff that you really don't want to deal with for a wedding over with.
Yeah, no, I hear you there. That's the non-fun stuff. So I'm glad that you guys are going to be getting to some fun stuff. I'm glad that things are going to be getting better. So, yeah, no, and listen, when the day comes, listen, it feels like a whirlwind. It feels like, you know, some days you're just trying to, you know, keep your head above water and all. But I'm telling you, when the day comes, it's a special day. Just, it flies. It goes by so fast. Do what you can. Take the moment you can. Step back and enjoy a few moments. Just trust me on this. Like, you gotta, because otherwise that day is going to go by in the blink of an eye. So, that's my best advice to you, my friend, is when the day comes, just take a little time and enjoy it, because you and Amanda deserve it, and it's a day to celebrate. So just make sure that you don't rush through it. That's all. Because, again, it flies by, and you have so much going on, and photographers, and this, that, and the other, people pulling you different places, and you kind of feel obligated to, like, say something to everyone, and, like, you know, really, but I'm telling you, even if it means you didn't stop at somebody's table for 5 seconds or whatever. Take that 5 minutes for yourself and for a minute. Like, take that time for yourselves. Like, that's what I could say. Like, do that.
Yeah, we're gonna. I think do our best to enjoy the day. I think I just need to get Amanda to the reception.
Oh, gotta love technical difficulties. All right, let's get Dave back. Let's start talking some sports.
We good?
I think we're good now. So yeah, no, audio went sideways on my end here. It was ugly for a second. I didn't know what the hell happened, but seems
Yeah,
like
all
we're
of a
much
sudden,
better now.
all of a sudden I couldn't hear you, and then I heard a weird noise, and then you hung up. I was like,
Yeah, it was like a buzzing,
that's
like a.
oh,
And I was like, I don't know what the
yeah.
hell that is, but we got to get that to stop. So, shout out to anybody who joined us here for the pre-show. As we kind of just talked and got reacquainted, as we've did not have a show last week, so we're just catching up a little bit, getting Dave ready for the wedding. And yeah, now that the audio is good though, let's just hit it. Let's run and go with it and see what happens. So let's hit some music. There we go. It's good to be back, yeah. Back with my friends. Back with my friend, Mr. David Hastings. I am removed this week.
Back, so good to be back.
So good to be back. And yeah, now that we are back, let's have a little fun until the audio goes sideways on us again. I have a feeling it might do that. I'm hearing some clicking and whatnot. So yeah, let's
we
go.
make the most of the time we got.
That's what we got. So anyway, you watch any March Madness? You into it? Like what's going on with the March Madness, my
Oh,
friend?
did I lose you already?
Oh, think so. Can't get this going right. I don't know what it is. All right, I'm gonna call you right back. We'll try it again. False starting. What the fuck is going on? All right, we're trying it one more time. What's going on? It's something with my system, not with the phone either. It's something with this Rodecaster right now that's causing an issue with the audio that I can't figure out. God, is it fucking frustrating.
I will say this: it's not important enough to ruin the night.
No.
Especially after you just.
No, it's definitely not. We're gonna try like cutting the audio. And I don't know why. We gotta see. I got levels at least, so we're gonna try this. I'm on a different thing. And I'm gonna try to hook it to the Rodecaster. As long as this goes good, we're gonna run with it one more time. Oh no, not that. I want that to connect to that. All right. And finally, without further ado, I think we have Dave on the line, and I think we are finally gonna stream this thing. So, Dave,
I'm with you.
All right, here we go. Hitting the music one more time. Boom. It's good to be back, yeah. Back with
Again.
Mr. David Hastings. For what, a third time we're gonna try this? So if it doesn't work now, I'm just gonna call it a night. But yeah, other than that, life is good, everything is good, and let's just dive into the world of sports. Dave, I'm hitting you with it again. March Madness, how you feeling about it? Where you at with it? You've been watching, you've been catching, you enjoying the excitement?
Haven't had the chance to watch as much as I would have liked to, but I definitely have enjoyed what I've had the chance to watch. Been exactly what you expect from March Madness, right? Just overall madness and crazy shit happening. The last Thursday night, I actually went out to watch the second half of the North Carolina game. Couldn't believe they blew a 14-point lead to lose in overtime. Duke with their little scare in the first round, but looked pretty good in their second game. overall, I think the biggest surprise game was High Point winning in the first round, and they kept the second round game pretty close before they just couldn't keep up. I mean, last year I think was the first time in a long time they had all four number one seeds in the Final Four. That may not be the case this year, but I definitely think we're lacking a true Cinderella this year, which I feel like does take away a little bit from it. But when I say a little bit, I mean the tiniest of bits. So.
Yeah, really, the only one seed not to make it was in the South bracket, right? Because
Florida, I think, lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got number 9 Iowa at number 4 seed Nebraska. Then you have number 3 versus number 2. So really, outside of the 1 seed, like all the other top 4 made that bracket. So yeah, it's been kind of top heavy. You look at the East, it's 1, 2, 3, and 5. You look at the West, it's 1, 2, 4, and 11. So I mean, you got 1, 2, and 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Like you have a lot of that. Like 1, 2, 4, and 6 in the Midwest. So yeah, it has been a more top heavy bracket, this year than most years, for sure.
Yeah, it is. It is quite crazy to me to think that when you really look at when you really look at it, when it unfolds this way, it means they got the seeding right. You know what I mean? Like that to me is really what it tells you. Like,
yeah, but it takes away from the madness, doesn't it? Then it just makes it a March basketball tournament. We're all here for the madness.
Exactly, we are. But the games have still been.
Yeah, but 111 seed. Like that's the only double-digit seed in the what Sweet 16 here. Like that's it. There's one double-digit seed left in the entire tournament, and then there's only one that's or two that are higher than a 6 seed left in the tournament. 2 of the Sweet 16 are higher than a 6 seed. Everybody else is 6 seed or lower. That's, I don't know. To me, it kind of sucked the madness out of this year, in a way.
Oh, yeah, a little. And like I said, a little bit. Like I don't think it's insanity, or like, oh my god, this is just horrible. But like,
I'm really rooting for St. John's to knock off Duke. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm definitely rooting against Duke.
I mean, I gotta be honest though. There's 2 teams I'm kind of pulling for. One is UConn, just because I've always kind of followed UConn basketball. Ever since the days of even Diana Taurasi with the women, I follow UConn basketball, both men and women. So I always kind of have like a little soft spot in my heart for them. So I like to see them. And then Roll Tide. Alabama's still in it. They're playing number 1 seed Michigan. And yeah, I Roll Tide. So those are 2 teams left that I'm pulling for. Are there any teams in this left out of the Sweet 16 that you're pulling for?
Everybody but Duke.
Everybody beat Duke. So St. John's wins. Would you root for St. John's to just win the whole thing since they were the one who took out Duke?
I mean, I think St. John's is probably going to be the top of that list just simply because of the local connection. But like, Houston's been one of the best teams in the country for the last 3, maybe 5 years, and they haven't won it. So, I think it'd be cool to see a team that hasn't won it win it. I guess is probably the best way to say it.
Makes sense.
So, like, it's definitely a team I can pull for. I think Houston's another one I'll pull for. And I was pulling for High Point, so it's pretty disappointing to see them get knocked out on Saturday. Yeah, I'd probably say St. John's, Houston. They'll probably be the 2 top of my list. I have UConn winning it all in my bracket, so I think I got to just kind of root for UConn as well, just simply because that's who I chose to win it.
Yeah.
But I also had North Carolina making the Final Four, so I'm completely and utterly eliminated either way. I'm actually doing a bracket challenge for my team where they earn points for each game they get right, and get to tie that to points that are part of their daily job duties. And the winner gets a $25 gift card on me.
There you go. So how are you doing in this? Are you participating, or are you just strictly?
I can't win, but I'm participating.
Is it you can't win or you won't win? Are you not going?
No, I can't. I can't win. I can't go. Yeah, I can't go buy a $25 gift card and offer it to my team and then take it for myself if I won. Not a really good look.
No, but listen, it teaches them. You know, you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. You want the prize, you got to win it. I'm just kidding.
I would agree.
Just kidding. I'm just busting chops. So, like, obviously, if they earned it, they deserve it. And if you're the guy giving out the prize, you shouldn't be the guy winning the prize. I'll give you that. It makes total sense. I was just busting your chops. But yeah, so I mean, is there, outside of the Duke losing, I guess the game you're most interested in is probably then that UConn game, right? UConn, Michigan State, and that might be one of the best games of the tournament. I mean, historically, Michigan State's been a very good team. So,
yeah,
two historic franchises, going up against each other in college basketball here. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I like it. I like seeing it. Although, like I said, I just think that even though it's too top heavy, sometimes that's a matchup I actually like seeing.
Yeah, no, I think you might be spot on. That might be potentially the game of the tournament. Like, that could be. I mean, obviously, I think it's fair to assume that it won't be when it all is said and done. But going into let's put it this way: for the Sweet 16, that's probably the best matchup.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. I think it's the best matchup.
So, yeah, that should be a fun one.
Absolutely. So to transition us a little here, just seeing it come across the ticker, looks like the Los Angeles Golf Club won the TGL, beat Juniper, Florida, whatever the hell that means. But won 9-2 and won the series and the TGL championship. So I don't know how many people out there actually give a crap about it, but ESPN tries to show it nightly, and they try to make it a thing. I don't know if indoor golf is ever actually going to become a thing, but they're trying hard.
They're definitely trying. Tiger's back, too, while we're on the golf topic, for the virtual golf.
Yeah, that was him. He lost. His team lost in the finals.
Yeah, and then you saw...
well, he doesn't have to walk the course. A lot less taxing on your body if you're, doing top golf instead of actual golf.
Oh God, yeah. I mean,
you're not getting beat in the sun. You're not gonna, have to walk 5 miles. It's a lot better of an experience, I feel like, playing top golf. So it doesn't surprise me that the pros are like, let's do this. See if we can make money.
Yeah, I couldn't. Oh God, I couldn't agree more.
I have to say, I watched zero amount of time for the TGL this year, so I don't know if you've watched any, but I've kind of seen it on ESPN and then actually turned the channel. I don't know. I feel like I could watch actual golf more than I could watch indoor golf. I have a hard time watching the indoor golf. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I got to agree with you on that one, and I think the main reason that I can agree with you on that one is due to the fact that watching them do what they do in the elements with God knows how many people standing no more than 30 feet away from them.
Yeah, sometimes
right? Even
when
if
you're teeing off, you got people probably 10, 15 feet away from you.
Yeah, even if you hit your drive smack dab in the middle of the fairway, these people aren't that far away from you. They're, and you're talking thousands and thousands of people are coming up to the 18 on I think it's TP Sawgrass maybe in Arizona, where they have the big bleachers that surround the entire 18th green.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. Yep.
I might be wrong on the course, but I mean,
I
it's
think
like
you
one of the
are. I
most
think it's like the
famous.
Waste Management or something. It's like some other tournament, I think. But I think you're right. Like
But
there's a tournament like that.
yeah, and like you're what 100 yards out from the green, up one stroke with the guy behind, playing against you, nipping at your heels the whole freaking day, and you've got over 2,000 people in stands staring at you while you're trying to line. Like it's not, the pressure isn't there. That's the best way for me to say it. It's not the same level of pressure. It's not even close.
Yeah, not even close. So, yeah. That being said, the TGL Championship has wrapped up, and with that said, I mean we're moving it along tonight, Dave. But MLB opening weekend. Or
Yeah,
opening
doesn't it
week,
start
I should
Thursday?
say. No, it starts tomorrow. The Yankees play the Giants on Netflix, in case you're wondering where to watch that game. But Yankees Giants
That's
on Netflix tomorrow. Yeah, season
that's
starts tomorrow.
ridiculous.
It is absolutely stupid ridiculous that you're gonna put on opening night on Netflix, in my opinion. Like you don't put it on prime time, you don't put it on like main
No,
T
that
like
that
I don't
should
know.
that should be on one of the major, stations. So CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox, like one of those stations, or ESPN.
Yep.
Like that. That's like, and you're not talking, I don't know, the Marlins and the Cardinals, right? Like you're talking one of the your biggest market team,
Yep.
and you're going to put them on a service that's going to require people to pay for that service if they want to watch their favorite team play, or just watch the Yankees on opening night, even if they're not a fan of the
I
Yankees.
think
Like,
you have to have 5 or 6 different services to watch every single Yankee game this year. You have to have the Yes Network. You have to have Apple TV, where I think they play normally on Wednesday nights. You have to have Netflix for games like this, for opening night and stuff. You have to have Peacock, because they play on Peacock like once a week or once every 2 weeks or something. They have a deal with Peacock. And then there's Amazon Prime. You have to have 6 different services to watch one team play. That's absurd. I'm sorry, it is. That's, to me, an issue. Like you're now requiring people, because again, you can't just have cable. You can't just have, if you paid for every one of those streaming services plus the cable that you need, you're talking hundreds. I mean, what, $500-$600 or more probably in a year of streaming service costs just to watch one team play. Like, it's absurd. So to be honest, I pick and choose. Like, yeah, I have Netflix. Yeah, I have a couple things, but I'm not going out of my way to get the others. Like, I got to be honest. It's just one of those things that it's absolutely insane, the hoops they're making fans jump through just to watch a game.
yeah, no, it's nuts. I mean, and they're just all jumping on the trends, right? Like,
Yep.
The NBA actually is who started all this. And the NFL jumped in, and then Major League's like, all right, well, we're going to do it too. Then the Olympics are on Peacock, right? Like, if you want to watch, since it wasn't aired, it was aired at, 7 a.m. or 10 a.m. while you're working.
Yep.
If you want to watch the replays of the Olympics, you've got to have Peacock if you want to actually watch what happened and not just read about it. Like, it's ridiculous. And look, if we're being honest, me and you could do a whole podcast just talking about this, right?
Absolutely.
and like literally no other topics other than the greed, right? And like, I mean, years ago they didn't even have patches of their advertisers on their jerseys. Now every fucking league has it. Like, it's
Yep.
insanity. And they're going to end up pushing people to a breaking point, right? Like, groceries are expensive as hell. Gas is expensive as hell. All these things right now in life are expensive as hell. And you want me to spend an extra $15-20 a month for Netflix? You want
And
me
I'm
to
telling
spend
you, it's
another 100?
starting to happen with football too. And I hate to say it, but we're going to revisit this conversation probably late August, early September when football comes around, because to watch football, you need Amazon for Thursday night. You need something else.
You need
Friday
everyone.
night. You need Netflix
Everyone.
now. You need literally, and to what? Just be able to watch a game. It's absurd. And yeah, so this is definitely, you're 100% right. Not the first time, not the last time, and definitely not all there is to say on this topic.
Just because you brought up the NFL and we're talking about greed, did you hear they're thinking about doing a game on Thanksgiving Eve this season?
Oh my God.
Thank God. So, like, we already have, like, there's literal proof of increased injuries for players that play on Thursdays that played on Sunday. It's already proof. They have the data. It's all there.
Yep.
Right. And now you're going to say, we're going to give you a one less day off, and now you're gonna play Sunday, and then you're gonna play Thursday or Wednesday night. Like, are you effing kidding me? Whoever's the road team for that game, like, I would be off my rocker.
You would almost have to set up the schedule to where whoever was playing the previous Thursday night had to play that Wednesday or something, or like, or give the team an off week the next week after, if you are going to make them play on 3 days rest. And to be honest, football's not a game that should be played on 3 days rest. You should not be playing a game on Sunday and then playing a game on Wednesday. It's not that kind of sport. And but again, the almighty dollar and the almighty greed gets everybody. It gets every one of these leagues, because, again, we've talked about it a million times. We'll talk about it a million more. That shield right there, that stands for money. That stands for money in business. That's all it stands for. Like, it doesn't stand for players. It doesn't stand for fans. It could give two shits about any of that. It cares about itself. It cares about nothing stops the shield. That's it. That's it. That's as simple as that. And as devastating as that, because nothing stops them. And they're going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And, Roger Goodell is trying. We talked about it 14 years ago. Goodell is a greedy, greedy man. And 10 years from now, we'll still be talking about how greedy he is.
Yeah, it is. It's insane. It's just no other way to put it. It's insane.
So, speaking of insane, and to transition us a little bit to a happier topic. So, going back to baseball, I actually went to the Yankee game on Sunday with Janice. We went to the last home game. Got to see Judge Homer. Got to see, weather couldn't have been better. Perfect weather for a ball game. It was great. Had a hot dog, a pretzel, drinks, everything. It did the whole adventure. Absolutely awesome. And even dove for a foul ball and got it. Dove. Yeah, me on the ground. I did it, but it came up with the ball. So it was well worth it.
Look at you.
I did. Hang on, I got the ball over here, I think.
You're getting younger. You're getting younger as you get older. Just saw real quick. It not to change topics on you, but Pete Thamel and Jeff Borzello just announced that North Carolina is not bringing back Hubert Davis.
Huh, that's an interesting move. He's kind of family there. He's been there, I don't know,
5 years.
Yeah, so
I got it in front of me. He went 125 and 54. His first year they made the national championship game, but they lost. And then they actually didn't even make the tournament last year. Or I'm sorry, they got knocked out in the first round last year, and I don't think they made it the year before. So I remember they didn't make it, and they declined their invite to the NIT.
That's not a terrible record. 125 and 54.
No, it's not. But I mean, North Carolina is one of those, they're one of those schools, right? Excellence is, you're at least Sweet 16 in it to even call it a decent year. You're at least competing for the ACC title. You know what I mean? Like you're doing those things, and he hasn't really done either one.
No, but I mean, he was winning at about 70% clip. I mean, it's not terrible for a head coach, to be honest with you. But the same point,
Yeah,
like
but
you
I
said,
mean,
when your standard is excellence, it's, then I get it. But and it is going to be a highly sought after job, but who are they bringing in? That's the question. That's the real question.
That's always the question, right? Like, is it a lateral move? Then was it worth doing, right? Was it a downgrade? Then why'd you do it? Was it an upgrade? Well, that was one of the smartest decisions you ever made, right? But like, you don't know really until they coach, and you see how they recruit and all that. So, but either way, though, I mean, like you said, right? He's a former Tar Heel. He's family there. He played for Dean Smith. So he goes back and he's got ties to the university. And there's no report on whether it was a mutual separation, because I saw after they got knocked out that they were going to have conversations, because they just signed him to an extension. So that's a whole other thing that they got to figure out. But yeah, just since touchdown college, I wasn't trying to take you off your baseball, I swear. But I was scrolling through Twitter and it popped up, so I had to drop it real quick. Can't miss breaking news while we're live and streaming.
No, not at all. But I mean, also, I guess breaking news. Yeah, it came out today. This is just another story I saw that's kind of blown my mind. But Frank Thomas, you hear about this?
I saw he was suing the White Sox for something.
Suing the White Sox, Nike, and Fanatics for using his name and likeness on a City Connect jersey, City Connect 2.0 jerseys on or about April 28th, 2025, where they used Thomas's number 35 on the front and Thomas's name and number 35 on the back, alongside White Sox trademarks, logos, team, and Nike branding. This is an interesting suit to me because doesn't the team own those trademarks? Like, if you're a player for them and they own that jersey because obviously they own that team, and you're a Hall of Fame player for that team, can they not do that without you getting a part of that deal? Like, I don't know how that works. I'm going to be completely ignorant on this because I don't know, but I think it's interesting.
I think, and I could be wrong on this, but I think
it says here, companies may not profit from anyone's identity without their permission. We believe our filing speaks for itself. That's from his attorney.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. I think they could use his jersey number all they fucking want, but they can't have his name on it at the same time, like without him signing off on that. And unless there was something, hidden in his contract all those years ago.
But do you think that's what he's really complaining about? Is that he's like pretty much saying that you guys are dirty for doing this without trying to cut me in on it?
Pretty much, yeah. And I guarantee you they settle out of court. He'll get a nice fat check and they'll sign a contract to let him keep doing it. Guarantee it. Guarantee that this will never actually get in front of a courtroom. This will get settled in a judge's chambers with the lawyers, and they'll just say, okay, you owe us back date this long, you owe us this percentage, and because they'll pretty much probably come up with a contract to move forward and then use whatever percentage he earns off of that contract to backdate whatever fat check they'll write for him.
Yeah, this just sounds like bad blood, in my opinion, though. More I'm reading about this because apparently he doesn't have. I thought his relationship with the White Sox is better, but I'm a Yankee fan and I'm not paying too much attention to what's going on with the White Sox. Again, total ignorance here, but it is what it is. So when I'm reading some of this, but that apparently it's not the first time that he's had an issue with the team. Back in 2002, he didn't make an all-star team, didn't finish in the top 10 in MVP voting or win a Silver Slugger. So the White Sox and then general managers invoked a diminished skills clause on him, which caused a base cut in his salary down to $250,000 and deferred over $10 million over 10 years without interest. So they pretty much said, because you didn't hit any of these things, we're cutting you down to $250,000 a year, and we're going to take that $10 million we owe you and spread it out over the next 10 years with no interest. Go screw yourself. Then in 2006, five-time All-Star sued the White Sox doctors, claiming in their 2004 misdiagnosis of a broken foot compounded the injury and led to his release in 2005. And the doctor settled out of court in 2011, but it did take, looks like, 5 years for that one to settle out. But yeah, it's pretty wild. I didn't know he had this kind of weird history with the White Sox. I thought the history was better, but again, I didn't know. Did you know about any of this?
No. The only thing I know about Frank Thomas over the last 10 plus years is eugenics. That's all I know about Frank Thomas.
Then I guess this goes all the way back to last month, and this might have been the straw that broke the camel's back and what actually made him, in my opinion, I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on here, and I think this was the moment he said, screw them, I want my money. Last month, the White Sox posted a timeline of momentous firsts for Black History Month on X. Frank Thomas appeared once in the graphics, only by name, only in name, responded, I guess the black player who made you rich over there and holds all your records is forgettable. Don't worry, I'm taking receipts. Does that not sound like a guy who is a little bitter?
Angry?
Little angry?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Says, you know what? You're selling jerseys without giving me a cut of it. I want a cut of it. I didn't know it was this bad between them, but to me, it makes me laugh a little bit. I had no idea.
I mean, good for him though. Fuck it, right? Like, I mean, they're profiting off you. Fuck them.
Right? I mean, at this point, yeah. I just didn't know it was this contentious between the two parties. And like you said, though, you hit the nail on the head. I absolutely think this gets settled out of court. And Frank Thomas is going to get a fat check from somebody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody's going to write him a check. It's not worth legal fees and the time. It's not even fucking worth it for these companies. They'd rather just write him a check.
Well, speaking of legal fees and other things, do you think what's going on with Giannis? Because Giannis is in a dispute right now with the Bucks, right? This is kind of like,
Yeah. So they want to shut him down for the year. He's been fighting an injury in his leg, I think, and he says he's ready to come back. The Bucks want to shut him down and tank, and he's fighting them shutting him down so that he can play. So I love the competitive nature of it, right? But on the other side, there's been rumors of you wanting to be traded for the last 2 or 3 years because you really have no true help in Milwaukee, and basically them tanking is them trying to get you help so they can keep you. So it is, I think both sides have a fair reasoning to it, but
they're not keeping him though. They're trading him, and they want to make sure he stays healthy until they can get the trade done. So by shutting him down for the year, don't mistake yourself. This has absolutely nothing to do with putting people around Giannis. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. I know the trade rumors are out there, but
no, Giannis.
I mean, what are you getting in return that work?
Giannis wants to be traded. They're going to get the most value for him in the offseason rather than trading him midseason. They weren't going to get the same value for him, especially with the injury that he had and whatever. But if he's coming back, he wants to show teams that I'm ready to go. He wants to show teams and up his value going to that next team, because if I'm not mistaken, I think he's only got a year or two left on his deal, so it's going to be kind of one of those things where wherever he goes, you're going to want to sign him again. I don't know. I look at it as so few players out there fight to play, fight to get in the game, and to have that mentality, and to come back from injury and want to get back on the court, want to get, so many guys are happy to take the easy way out and just be like, no, I'm hurt. I'm good. I'll make the same money sitting out. It's refreshing in a way to hear a guy fighting to get back on the court. And all I'm going to say is as a Knicks fan, if we don't have to give up too much, like I know you're going to have to give up all your draft picks, give them all up. If you got to give up one piece like a cat too, then I get that too. Because again, both big men, trade one for the other with some picks. I get it. I'm okay with that. I want a guy who fights to get on the court. I want a guy who's fighting to get out there. I'll take him all day long. And as a Bucks fan, I'm standing behind it, Antetokounmpo, because if I have tickets and I'm a season ticket holder, and you're telling me this guy is telling you he's okay to get on the court, and you're going to pretty much tell me that, no, we want your money anyway, and we're not going to play him. Then how fair is that to any fan going to the game?
Yeah.
That you're robbing them of the chance of any little kid out there who maybe his dad only had money to take him to one game this year. And because they're so shitty, his dad finally had the money to take him. And now instead, he's going to go and not watch Giannis. He's going to watch Giannis sit on the bench grumpily.
Crumply.
He's going to sit there with a big old, frowny puss on his face. And, it's what fun is that for a kid? It's not. Yeah,
Zero.
I went to the arena and saw my favorite guy in street clothes. Woo! The fuck? Come on. So all day long, the angle I'm going to take from this, how the Bucks and how the dispute actually goes, I can care less. But Milwaukee tanking for Giannis, I don't see it. I think they're tanking because they know it's their only way to get the next Cooper Flag, to get the next Wemby, to get the next anybody is you got to get the tank to do it. Get to the bottom of the tank. Giannis, as a competitor and a guy who's won a championship, doesn't want to sit on the bottom. I want that guy on my team every day.
Well, yeah. And to your point, right?
On my team. So if you don't want him, you want to tank him, and you want to sit him, great, you do that. And when he comes to me angry, and he's a beast next season because of it, that's when I'll laugh at you. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, right? Like, especially if he does want to be traded, why would he give two shits about helping them get a high draft pick?
He doesn't. He doesn't give two shits. He doesn't want a high draft pick. The man wants to win. The man wants to get back on the court. He doesn't give a shit about your draft picks. And to be honest, in the NBA, they really don't matter. Unless you have the number one pick, it really, most years are a crapshoot. There's very few Wembys who come along. Very few Cooper Flags. Like I said, you get maybe one a year. For years, people thought Zion Williamson was going to be the next greatest thing. Where's he now?
Oh.
He's got food clauses in his contract because he can't stop eating, everything in sight. Just saying. Give me a former champion. Give me a guy who's fighting to get back on the court. That's what I want as a teammate. That's what I want as a player. And that's what I want as a fan.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I root for a team whose owners are good with average. So.
And guess what? The Bucks say, I root for me. That's all they care about. I root for me. This is good for the Bucks. Again, this is where I wish that the business side was more like the fan side instead of just business. Because this is the type of business shit that hurts everybody. Doesn't just hurt Giannis, doesn't just hurt the Bucks, doesn't just hurt the NBA, but it hurts the fans. And when everybody loses, then what's the point?
Yeah, can't argue with that statement, but I can say I would not be a fan of the Knicks getting Giannis as a Bulls fan. But for the NBA, it would be really good for ratings.
I mean,
I'll give you that.
I'm still hopeful in this season for the Knicks, and I'm riding out this season. But again, it's that warrior mentality. We've talked about it, whether it's Kobe, whether it's whether it's whoever it is, when you have that killer mentality, when you have that mentality of getting out there and being out there, and you care more about that than the team saying like, oh, well, no, for safety reasons, whatever, we want to hold you. Like, no. I'm healthy. I want to get out there. I just love that attitude. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Makes you think of like the 70s and 80s NFL players. Those guys are like, what is a concussion?
Right? Exactly. The Ronnie Lots, right? Lose a pinky in the locker room, and like your choice is go to the hospital, get my pinky surgery, keep my pinky, or take it off, wrap it up, and I could be out there for the second half. All right,
Yeah,
take it.
yeah. Are you thinking?
I don't need this. I got 9 other ones, right? I got 9 other fingers here. We're good.
Yeah, or you look at hockey and our boy Fife, right? He got helped his team advance in their playoffs with a blown out back.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, yeah. So shout out to Fife and happy belated birthday to him as well.
Absolutely, shout out to him. Shout out to Fife. Happy birthday, sir. Hope you had an awesome time with the fam, and look forward to catching up with him when I get back. So yeah, but. Other than that, that's really all I had for you tonight, my friend. Just wanted to catch up with you a little bit. Just wanted to talk a little sports, get back into the groove. And yeah, just tell you that miss you, my friend, and looking forward to the wedding next month.
I miss you
what
too,
are we,
buddy.
4 weeks away. Just
less,
about 4
3
weeks.
weeks from Thursday.
Yep.
3 weeks from Thursday. So yeah, we're pretty much there. So thank God for that, and I'm sure Amanda feels the same way because she's doing a hell of a lot more work than me, and this shit's stressing me out. So,
but like I said, on that day, my friend, to bring it full circle, just take a moment, breathe, enjoy it, because that day, I'm telling you, it flies in the blink of an eye. It goes by. It's one of the fastest days of your life. I'm not kidding. From the time you get up and start getting ready to the time the ceremony happens to the time you're partying with everybody after, it feels like it goes by like that. And you just need to
I believe it.
Like I said, even if you take that time, take the time during the reception, take the time before that, take the time during pictures to just take a moment, breathe, let's soak it in, just enjoy it. Because again, I enjoyed the hell out of my wedding, but I could tell you it flew by so fast. So fast.
Yeah, no, I
one of the greatest days of your life, my friend. So I'm excited for you.
And I look forward to celebrating it with you, my friend. And next week when we connect, we'll be talking about the Final Four, potential national championship. We'll have a week of baseball under our belt. NHL playoffs will only be about 2 weeks away. NBA playoffs will only be about 2 weeks away.
How disappointing is it, though? And just we'll get into it next week, but I got to be honest, our local teams really let us down this year.
Yeah.
They really they were. I don't know. It depressing. I got to be honest. Both the Devils and the Rangers. Yeah. Oh, they had an amazing start. Amazing start.
Like 20 games in or 15 games in, they were the number 1 team in the league with points. And here they are, and they're going to be looking at a top 10 draft pick.
Yeah, I mean, there are 13 games left, and they're 13 points back of the Islanders for the 4th spot in the Metropolitan. I just don't see them getting anywhere near that. Same with the Rangers, 65 points. It's been an absolutely atrocious year for us as Devils and Rangers fans, and yeah, all I could say is at least we got Jack Hughes and the great American hope. But other than that, got to start putting more pieces around him. And you got to do the same with the Rangers. They have to put more pieces around Shesterkin, or you are just going to piss away another great goalie's career. So throwing those out there. But yeah, kind of going to be a sad ending to the season for us. But listen, I think the one thing we can both agree on, and we'll both die on this hill over tonight. The NHL playoffs are second to none. And the excitement the NHL playoffs brings is second to none.
I couldn't agree more. There are no playoffs that are more entertaining. I mean, it's such a battle of will, and like it's the perfect combination of will and skill. You know, I mean, it really is. It'll be a good time without the Devils or Rangers playing.
I agree. Absolutely. And with that being said, my friend, till next week, why don't you tell people where they can find you and let's go enjoy some family time.
Yes, sir. David Hastings 23 on that X, formerly known as Twitter, and D Hastings 23 on Instagram. And here every Tuesday for the most part, unless schedules get mixed up or we forget it's actually Tuesday.
Oh, last week was such a crazy week. But yeah. Anyway, my friend, couldn't be happier to do this with you tonight. You can find me at The Living Legend on X. You can find Louie, our unofficial third co-host, who is out in the room next door, at Louie Aussie Dude on Instagram. You can find us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all of the above, YouTube, at ChampsCast. That's Champs with a Z, throwing it back to our Sports Zone heritage. And until next week, my friends, listen, like we say every week, live like a champ, will you? Boom.
Let's go.